There we go. Hello, world. Welcome to this Monday morning, October 21st. Fall has fallen. I'm feeling the chill in the air. Maybe you are too. Last week, we got the connector. We are all one. Did anybody have any notice of that last week or
Gotta
feel
tell you,
it
I don't even
shining through?
remember that we had the connector. That's so,
Yep.
maybe that was just, an indication of my state of mind and health. But yeah, I didn't even remember that that was the card we pulled. So I appreciate
I
that.
did I didn't either actually. So you're not alone in that for whatever reason.
Wait, I think
Mm-hmm.
it's because we weren't together during the card pull. That's what it was. I think Emily did it for us. Yeah, Emily did it
Yep.
for us aside. Thanks. So I was
Yep.
like, where was I? World, welcome to our Monday morning.
Yes.
Then I thought
Well,
you're the only one.
But the
yeah, I
connector,
felt it made me want to connect with all of you because I was missing you.
that's really interesting actually. And now that I think about it, and thank you for the reminder that that's what you had pulled on our behalf. We did so much connecting last week with project
Tell me
partners,
more. Tell me
with
more.
with
Oh, yeah.
potential funders or ongoing
Mm-hmm.
partners and whatnot. And then
Mm-hmm.
prospect for the possibility of new relationships and opportunities or collaborative opportunities. And so every day for me, the connector showed up. It didn't not show up.
Mm-hmm. How about you, Nina?
Um, how did the connector show up for me last week? I feel like I feel like last week I'm really thinking about the conversations that you and I had, Mika. Which often stick with me, but I really something I guess this is morphing into an appreciation, but I appreciate conversations I can have with people that are unstructured. It's really a great way for me to explore ideas and connections between different projects we're working on or concepts, or to see potential opportunities, or potential pitfalls, in all of the wonderful things we have going on. And so this is an appreciation, I guess, for those moments that I had last week, getting to feel some of that and do it in a way that really works for me. And also, I would add the conversations that we had with Pat and Mickey. I really enjoyed connecting with new people, and getting to leverage their experience and wisdom and see what happens when you get new people on the team. It's really great. So that's probably how it showed up for me. What about you?
Did you notice it at all, Ty? We are all one. Our sole desire to be a channel for eternal belongingness. Did you feel that at all last week?
Yesterday, yes. And the reason why was in as much as it was a solo activity because I took myself on a date. I went golfing and
Love
I did
that.
it. But then again, it was really just because I needed to. I think I'm at a point where I want to be able to contribute or give more, and just making sure that I was in a place of rest or just at a relaxed state of mind, knowing that, okay, if I'm able to take care of myself, then I'm able to contribute more, connect more with others. That was, I'd say that's how I was able to,
But connecting with yourself first. I love that.
yes.
That we've gotten this card before, and I remember we reflected on that and it even says in the card, little book or whatever that we connect. Our action plan is to connect with ourself and source and then others.
Mm.
So gold star for you, my friend.
Woo!
Yes, I love it. All right.
How about you?
Well, Well, I mean, yeah, I was connecting all over the place last week.
Yeah.
Probably could have done a better job connecting with self. I felt pretty connected to source, but probably needed to connect to myself. And I'm learning, I'm getting better at just sort of pausing and recentering and
It was a really busy
making my,
week last week.
yeah. My connection to source and self feel like I need to mm, put myself as the receiver of my connection to source, because sometimes I just feel like I'm a conduit when I'm
Denise.
working with groups of people. It just sort of source travels through me, but I don't really I'm not really connecting because I'm just like passing it through, you know.
Yeah.
Does
Yeah, that
that
resonates.
makes any sense at all?
Uh-huh.
Just a channel rather than a vessel.
Yep. Yep.
So let's see what they have to say this week.
Okay, we're listening.
Okay, there it is. Oh,
Oh, I don't
Great.
know that
the
we've seen
great
that one yet
nurturer,
this year. Can you read for us?
the great nurturer, excuse me. Moon energy, I give and receive nourishment. Motherly, nurturing, devoted, loving, wise, empathetic, compassionate, abundant, generous, receptive, emotional, inclusive, supportive, and stable.
Wow.
We've pulled this card when Mubo's been here. I know that. Or I
Mm-hmm.
pulled it for her before or something.
That's right.
Then it had to be last year then. So I think Mubo took leave from
Already?
January, yeah?
What the heck?
Yeah.
Time. Okay, so let's just check. We give and receive nourishment. Receive nourishment, right? And then my guess is you can't pour from an empty cup is the shadow. Okay, here's the shadow, but we'll see what. You're intensely connected to your feelings and care profoundly for the people in your life. However, when you carry the burden of other people's pain and pain of the masses or the pain of the planet, you can become over emotional and even depressed. Well, isn't this interesting? Because the sole desire here is to be a channel for unconditional love, abundance, and growth.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was just reflecting on how I feel like I can do that well, but I need to also
Totally.
receive a little.
Totally.
Okay. Any thoughts? What do you think, Micah?
Oh gosh. Well, since I'm under the weather immediately, that's just a reminder to again take care of self, you know, and doing it with complete grace and understanding, not the I'm resting, but I should be doing X, Y, and Z. Like I'm resting for rest's sake, you know?
Yep.
That's number one. Number two, also thinking about the ways in which I show up, not only for myself, but for other people as a nurturer. Sometimes that can spill into perhaps not allowing people the autonomy or the space to do for themselves as I know that they can do as well, you know? So nurturing them is also reinforcing their ability to do on their own without orchestrating or even doing for them. So that's a good reminder for me and how it's landing.
How about you, Nina? You're muted if you're speaking, Nina.
Of course I am.
It's a Monday. It's a Monday.
Okay, well, that's why I should just stop muting. Okay, yes, I have a couple reflections on this one, but I'll keep them brief. This is actually really an interesting card for me because I was talking to my partner about this very topic yesterday. Sometimes when they're offering me love and support, I've had a habit of immediately turning around and saying some way in which I'm really excited to do the same thing, or trying to offer the exact same sentiment back. And it's kind of a hurried response. And at first I felt like, and I think there's some merit to this, but at first I was feeling like that's just because I want to also be a carer. I'm definitely a nurturer in my relationships. But I was actually missing, I realized in hindsight, I was really missing the receiving. Like they were literally offering something to me. And I actually wasn't quite able to accept it. It wasn't until we stopped talking and I sat with the experience that I realized they were really offering like me some love and attention in that moment. And I'm working on that and also very proud of the experience of my relationship right now. I feel like we're doing a really good job of giving and receiving to one another. So maybe this is a sign for me that that's on the right track. And then the second piece, again, I'll try to be brief, is I feel like I've been having my cup filled by a lot of the people here lately. And actually, I'm hoping that pretty soon here, I'm going to be in better physical shape to offer it back. So I'm hoping maybe this can be a sign for others this week to receive from me or allow me to be help if you need it up to my capacity. So that's what I'm offering. That's what I got.
Okay, thank you for sharing, Uh,
Thanks, Nina. Are we still here?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yeah.
there we are. I lost everyone for a moment there.
Okay. So I was just about to share also.
How about you, Ty?
Yeah. So it connects with me, and which is the great nurturer. So it connects with me because I think a couple of days ago I was listening to a talk on just being an integrated leader. It's a different style of leadership, right? And why that particular one connected with me was because it speaks on leading people holistically for who they are. And I think that's one concept that I hadn't, even though I knew about it, just it didn't stick into my mind. And why I say that is because, and I think this is something you do, Emily, Mika, and you lead from an emotional, intelligent perspective. Like you don't just want to take, you want to make sure that the person is also emotionally, mentally okay before then discussing next step. That's always the first thing. So I noticed that how I treat myself first and foremost is in as much as I may not be stable or it might just not be a good time, I still want to get stuff done. And now I'm reflecting and seeing that your emotions do matter, like how you feel, it does matter, and just putting it in front of you before taking the next step does matter, and it just makes everything better afterwards. So firstly, it would be nurturing myself, and then if you find yourself in a leadership position, also just making sure the person is okay, because as a leader, you're responsible for people in your influence. So it's really up to you to nurture them and make sure everyone is okay, and then you can proceed. So that's how it connects with me.
I love that. Yeah, I think the whole leadership journey too is leading ourselves, and then we can lead others. So nurturing ourselves so we can nurture others. This affirmation that the little book has for us is that I give and I receive nourishment. So I hope we all make ourselves available to the nourishment available from each other, from source, from nature, all of those places, and that we have a wonderful week being nurtured and nurturing.
Most definitely.
I'm going to say bye-bye on the live stream and hang around with Ty a little longer.
Sounds good. Thanks, y'all. Have a good week.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.